Hey, so last time we touched on chapters 4 and 5 for the Winnie-the-Pooh book club, and this time I'm going to sort of generalize what we did for 6, 7, 8, 9. Because usually we were trying to get together for 2 chapters at a time and just have some fun activities based on what was in those chapters. But when it comes to groups with little kids, sometimes you have sickness or different things that throw you off. So we just sort of had fun with the last chapters 8 and 9. We'll have to do another round and get to 5 and 6. What was it? 6 and 7 later. So what we did for 8 and 9, chapters 8 and 9 of A.A. Milne's Winnie-the-Pooh, was we started with our word notebooks. Again, something that they're continuing with each week, and with each chapter they keep it with them and jot down things that they like. And I actually read a story to the group that my 3-year-old wanted me to write. I was doing the dishes one night, and she ran in the room with her notebook and her pencil, and she said, "I have a story for Winnie-the-Pooh." And so she just started rattling off all these ideas about Owl and taking care of his little owlets, and Tigger painting a picture of Winnie-the-Pooh, and I just wrote it all down in her little notebook. And so I shared that with the class, with the book club, and it was a fun way for her to start thinking. At 3, she can't possibly do much with writing her own stories, but she has a very active imagination, and I can help her just write it down. So she'll be able to look at that in the future and enjoy that and consider writing other things that come to her mind. We went over we just refreshed each other's memories as far as the poems they're all reciting. So they practiced that a little bit. Because of the Winnie-the-Pooh book club, they're going to each recite their own poem they've chosen from Winnie-the-Pooh, and they'll recite it in front of the 100-acre wood mural that they've all been working on. They also worked on thinking about ways to describe things or people or places with pictures instead of describing simply with descriptions. So that would be metaphors, similes. We didn't get into the technical with the names necessarily, metaphors and similes. We'll leave that for when they're a little bit older. But the idea they can grasp. So, for example, we went around the table and we looked at things that they could describe. We talked about Winnie-the-Pooh, how he is the color of honey. Or Winnie-the-Pooh looks like Winnie-the-Pooh is like a humming honey pot. And we talked about why that would be. My daughter we were eating popcorn at the table, and she said popcorn is like whipped cream. So she's looking at the fluffiness and the color of popcorn, and that made perfect sense. One little boy said, "Christopher Robin is like me." And he was saying that because of Christopher Robin's imagination and the way he likes to play. So it was a fun idea for them to start thinking about things and around them that you could describe in a way with pictures, which makes reading, anything that were movies, anything that you were describing something more interesting than just simply describing it matter of fact. Then we added that, we wrote it into their word notebooks as well. Then we colored the little characters. I just used some clip art for Winnie-the-Pooh characters, and they each colored them, and they added it to their own personal mini 100-acre wood. And the trees open, and here's Roo, and here is Piglet. They could choose wherever they wanted to put them. Usually they had a little story behind it. And let's see, then we also we started to work on it. We'll have to do some more before the big party. Working on the big mural, we took those characters and I just made them larger. So they're going to color these and put them on the big mural. And we're also going to take some sand and put that in a little spot on the mural for the sand pit, and anything with texture, and that would be fun to look at and maybe make. We're going to do for the 100-acre wood mural. We did a couple other things. One was a message in a bottle. When you get to the chapter, 9, with a heavy downpour, with rain, Piglet feels trapped, and so since he knows he can't swim, all he can do is just send a little message in a bottle. But of course, it's not just a message in a bottle, it's a message in a bottle. So we took water bottles, individual size, we made a little label on each water bottle. It said "Message in a Bottle." Then we went out. We happened to use the jacuzzi that was in the backyard of the host. But you can use anything. You can use a bucket, anything with water. And each child wrote their little help sign, a little help message. So, for example, Christina said, "Help me, Piglet, help me, come help me, I'm in the pool." Juliana said something else. Anyway, so then they rolled it up, put it in the bottle, put the lid on there, and then they threw it into the water, and they made lots of waves to see the bottles move around, and then they each picked a bottle out and opened it up, and they were able to see whose message they had. And we also put in the pool an umbrella with a stuffed Winnie-the-Pooh in the umbrella. When you get to that part in the chapter, you'll know why. It's the floating bear boat. So that was a lot of fun for them to see, and that pretty much wraps up chapters 8 and 9 of Winnie-the-Pooh. If you want to see some pictures or get some more descriptions, go to my blog at my website, letslearnkids.com. Go to the blog, and you'll see some pictures of the fun we did, and hopefully you'll be able to use these ideas, or maybe it'll jog your own imagination for other things you can do. All right, take care. See you soon. Bye.